Let's start by you identifying yourself. You are?
My name is Jelly Jalasco. I'm Christy's eldest, and that makes me, I guess, FVR's granddaughter.
Okay.
I am the second out of the 8 grandkids.
Okay. Are you the eldest? No, you're not.
No,
the
second.
Okay. Si ano pa?
Diana.
Diana. No? Okay. Right. Great. What do you do? What are you doing these days?
Right now, I work for a law firm in Chicago.
Okay.
So I'm with their business development.
Okay.
And I do a lot of their intellectual property.
Wow. Heavy. But, so, Apo.
Yeah.
One of just 8, no? Okay. Tell me, what is that like? What is life? Who is FBR the lolo?
I guess like he's not your typical grandfather, like spoiling the grandkids and stuff.
No.
No.
Parang sama loob mo.
No, like when I was younger, parang you're used to like your grandparents being there, like spoiling the grandkids. But he was just different, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Parang he's just busy doing other things.
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff.
Okay. People, is there a, how do you call him? I use the term lolo, but how do you call
Say
him?
Lolo lang. Yeah.
Lolo Eddie,
Lolo or Lolo Eddie. Yeah.
Oh, okay. People saw him, Jelly, as military man, politician, soldier. How did you see him?
I saw him as grandfather first, and next na yung like president, soldier, whatever.
Okay.
So, despite na who he is, like for me, he's still just going.
By the way, okay lang ang okay lang ang Taglish, so no. But okay, so you saw him as lolo, but when did you? And then later on, president. But when did you realize that he wasn't your ordinary run-of-the-mill grandpa?
I don't know.
You remember an age?
Well, because like I was just, I guess, like so young when he was president.
Yeah.
Na we were, I guess, treated differently, like special treatment. Let's say when we were going somewhere.
Napansin mo na yun? No, okay.
It's like yung mga like my mga entourage or something. But I guess like as a kid, parang it didn't matter to me. I was just like, let's say we were going somewhere, I'm just gonna follow what my parents or my grandparents.
Yeah, the elders did.
Pero parang like for me, I don't know the difference whether
oblivious to all the security personnel.
Yeah, you just know that they're always there. Pero yun, I couldn't tell the difference whether hindi pala to normal.
Okay. But when did that happen? I mean, when you actually realized you were what, in your teens already siguro? Or?
Maybe. Nung towards the end na nung term niya, kasi medyo mas may alam na.
Did you spend some time in the palace also?
No. We never lived there. We stayed in the Alabang house.
Yeah, okay. No memories of running around playing in the...
Meron. Alam, actually, yeah.
In Manila?
In Arlegui, the house.
Okay.
For example, I remember when we were young, so important like sa family namin yung meals. For example, when we would have dinner with the whole family, ang parang playtime namin with Lolo is after dinner, I remember parang may sala right next to the dining table. So he would lie on the couch. Tapos my round table sa gitna. So the grandkids would run around. Tapos he would pretend na parang he's like monster or lion. So you run around, and the goal is hindi ka mahuli.
Also, he's
play
gonna catch.
Yeah, he pretends that he's sleeping.
Okay.
And then he's gonna go grab me.
Oh my, talaga.
So yeah, we did a lot of playing in that house. Also, like Sergio was the youngest cousin. he had this bike na so talagang pangbata, pang sa kanila.
The three-wheeler.
Yeah, but all the cousins would like try to ride the bike and then just like bike around the
house. Okay. This is at Arlegi.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of role did he play in your upbringing? Pakialamero ba? Did he
No,
did he step in over your parents? Or?
I don't think so. We had a lot of freedom to do what you want. So hindi naman siya. He's just supportive on ikaw bahala to decide what you want to do, and then he'll support.
Looking back on hindsight, and now you being a grown-up and adult as well, how did he impress himself as a parent to your parents?
Para siyang strict.
Really?
Well, because he's military, like no emotions, not really expressive. So parang medyo serious type siya with, I guess, like with my mom and her sisters.
Talaga. But he would play monster with the grandkids.
Yeah, and he's funny.
Really?
I mean, like
How
everybody
so?
knows that.
Talaga. How so? How so?
Like when I spend time with him, that's why like I see him as lolo, and then second na yung everything else. Because let's say people think that he's serious. But like when we travel together, you know, I learn so many things, like not only about him, but also like depends where we are, like the people we're with.
I tell you about them. He'd give you these short lectures or lessons
Yeah,
as well.
like I ask him questions, and then there's just like so many things that he knows, or things na I don't expect to hear from him. So those things are interesting. Like for example, let me think of an example. So I joined him sa trip niya to China for yung Bowao,
Okay.
the animal forum. And then medyo nakakahiya, but anyway,
Go ahead.
there's like more conversation. So there's this, so it's a big conference, and then there's one guy there na I thought then parang cute.
Okay.
So I asked him, like, so what do you think? Like, how am I gonna like be friends with that person? Ang payo niya sa akin is, he goes, get a piece of paper, write your name and your number, and then slide ko sa bar. So that's something na, yun yung payo niya sa akin. I wasn't expecting that from him. Like maybe if my brothers or like guy cousins ask him, maybe. And he's like, my lolo, and like I'm your granddaughter. Like I wasn't expecting to hear that from him.
But he did.
Yeah.
Very practical.
The things like that. Yeah, maraming practical tips.
So you okay, let me get to that. You accompanied him in
Some of his
trips.
Yeah.
This was mostly Boao.
Been with him Bowao, the US, by like a couple of countries in Asia.
Okay. And did you also happen to do work for him? And
Here.
I understand some of the other cousins.
Yeah.
Patrick, CJ, nag-executive assistant sa kanya. Did you
Yeah.
do the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
tell me about that.
Super fun. Because of
Really?
course you get, they give you an allowance. So syempre may extra pera.
Okay.
And then I got to spend time with Lolo and also Lola. So parang solo time with him.
Oh yeah.
And then another country pa. So
Yeah.
that's always fun.
Oh, okay. Why do the boys have a different
Ano yun?
The boys have different. He didn't work you. He didn't work you to the ground.
I guess like the hardest is, cause ano siya, early riser.
Oh, okay.
So kailangan maaga gumising.
Yeah.
But otherwise, okay naman.
No, the boys kasi said that they
Mas
were
strict.
the gophers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get this, get that, and there were instances where he got mad at them.
Yeah.
For some boo-boos.
Yeah.
Happened to you?
I don't remember him directly getting mad at me for like something na screw up. I don't know. But I know how he is when he's angry. Na kahit hindi sa akin galit, pero kung marinig ko or like I see it, ako rin, like, takot. Nakakatakot siya magalit.
Yeah, well, okay. He was always softer on the girls. What was that you saw, that you knew that, what did you notice? What were the tells
When
that you noticed?
nagalit
He was, yeah.
siya.
Or he was dissatisfied?
You can hear from his tone na yung
Ah.
sisigaw or
Mm-hmm.
you can see it siguro from facial expressions, but mostly yung kung ano yung sasabihin niya.
Okay.
But the thing with him is, yung nakakatakot siya magalit. Pero once na lumabas na yun, like, tapos na. That's
Okay.
it.
Next, move on.
Yeah. He's fine. Yeah.
Did your parents in any way explain to you, you know, Lolo is this? I mean, he's not just, you know, your ordinary Lolo. He's someone in what people look up to him, people follow him. Was that impressed on you? Was that, did they tell you na ganon?
I don't-
May guidance ba sa kanila?
I don't remember. Hindi siguro. 'Cause again, like, I was so young.
Okay.
So, I don't think they told me directly, like, this is who he is. Kailangan matino tayo. Kasi,
Okay.
it's like public figure
Yeah, yeah.
and he's like president.
Oh.
I guess, na hindi directly sa akin sinabi. Pero yun nga, napapansin ko siya. May mga bodyguard, meron kayong mga convoy. And then also like yung yearly calendar, like family picture
Yeah, yeah.
for first family, mga ganun.
Oo nga, no?
Pero nothing na directly like this.
Okay.
And, or even if they told me, baka hindi ko rin mag-get.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm so young. So,
May ano ba? May, okay, so I was going to ask if there were any do's and don'ts.
I don't think there was like a list.
Pero
Pero I guess like
enter,
for me, syempre gusto ko magpino. Well, first mostly because of my parents, you know. I don't want to get in trouble with them.
Okay.
And then grandparents. So yun, hindi naman like, don't do this, mga
Okay.
ganun.
Sino mas stricto, yung parents or yung grandparents?
Parents.
Parents. Yeah. Grandparents are always ano. Okay, but yeah, I guess you got into your teens. Patapos na yung term niya, ano. So that one. So you've shared with us some insights already how he was with family, but what were the family gatherings like? I guess during his presidency. So you would sa Adlegi ba o sa Malacanang, sa Adlegi yung meals
Yeah.
Oh. And then eventually sa back in Alabang. Okay. What were family gatherings like? Was it the time to let loose and
Yeah, I remember it being, well, it's always masaya. With the cousins, mga tito, tita, and then lolo, lola.
I suppose pretty noisy? No?
Yeah,
Well,
very loud. I don't know if you've met my mga titas.
Yeah, quite a
And then cousins,
interview.
like everybody's just talking, so it could get loud.
Yeah,
It's a gathering.
I was going to ask you to say that again. Did I hear it right? Very loud.
Yeah,
So,
it's like everybody's trying to talk,
Mm-hmm.
so yun, maingay, magulo, pero masaya.
Yeah. What would you remember most from your childhood days of FBR? Sorry, Lolo Eddie.
Aside from yung game, I also remember, so, yun nga, also like family gatherings, usually pag meals, like lunch or dinner. One thing na wala siyang, yun nga, walang rules, he doesn't really like push for things, bahala kami to do whatever. But one thing na gusto niya, mag-English kami.
Oh,
Like when we talk, bata pa lang.
Okay.
So pag
Why so? Is there an explanation to that?
I guess like for practice, for practical reasons.
Right.
Which makes sense now that we're older. Pero nung bata kami, parang ba't kami mag-English? So, pag naririnig niya kami sa table, usap at cousins, sasabihin niya, dapat speak English.
Yeah.
So, it's either my cousins, my brothers, and I would stop talking. Para hindi kami mag-English.
Okay.
Or magbubuluan na lang kami.
No fines?
Wala. He'll just call you out. Pero,
Oh, okay. Grandchild to FVR, was there may pressure ba? I mean, to do well in school, to be good among your peers, to be an example, or would your peers look up to you na ito, apo niya yan, so siya na lang mag-leader? Hindi ganun ba? May pressure ba?
Well, first, yun ko yung tungkol sa siya na lang mag-leader. I remember that nung grade 3 ako.
Okay.
I was elected na president ng class. So, yung original president namin, na-impeach siya. Kasi sobrang siyang gulong.
Grade 3?
Grade 3. Tapos, yung decision ng class is ako yung papalit. Kasi, lolo ko si lolo, basically.
Okay.
But kung pressure to do well, or maging okay, I guess there's always that, like, you don't want to screw up, you know. Pero wala naman, at least like for me, I didn't feel na, you know, you have to be like top one, you have to be leader, you have to be the best, you have to be whatever, doesn't matter. Like, just be good.
Just be good at what you do, no? Ayun ulit, do's and don'ts growing up. Teen years or ganun din, meron ba o wala naman talaga?
Parang wala naman. It wasn't even like kailangan. So sa high school, sa school ko, grade school, high school, meron kami depends on your like average, I guess, and then you get certain awards.
Yes.
So like sa family, wala naman na kailangan ito yung makuha mo. Like straight A's, 90, mga ganun. Wala naman.
Okay. So it's just really, you know, do good.
Yeah.
Be good at what it is you do. Okay. On the other hand, may mga slips. Meron ba? May mga incidenteng he had to intervene, for example?
I don't think so.
Huh? Okay.
Never. Because he's, I guess like a lot of people know that yung ayaw niyang nakikialam or doing favor, especially for the family. And I don't think we, at least like for me or like my brothers, my cousins, I don't think we've gotten into like big trouble na kailangan niya kami i-risk. So wala naman, I think.
Paano ka maglambing sa kanya?
I guess like when I talk to him or like I tell him, especially I'm not here. Like I tell him I miss him, so like when I call him, ganun. Or like I make sure I spend a lot of time with him.
Okay. Did he, you know, I mean, I guess you're planning to get into law or something?
Yeah.
You're in that? Okay. But did he come across as trying to lead you into that direction, or with any of the other cousins or apostles? You should do this. Or, meron ba siya?
Hindi nga eh. I kind of yun, like I mentioned earlier, he's, you know, you do your thing, do whatever you want. He's very supportive. Na I kind of wish when I was younger na sana may konting push.
Oh yeah?
It's like I was young. Medyo tanga, you know, you didn't know what you want to do. So, konting nudge towards whichever direction.
Okay.
So, he never really said na, do this or go this path. Except, ito nga, like I told him I was planning to go to law school. And he was like, do it. Like, every time we talk, he's like, do it, go for it. Like, finish and go to law school.
Okay. Once you set your mind, do it. Get it done.
But he's like, yun nga, before parang siya, okay, do whatever. But I guess this was one thing na pinupush niya ako, nag-go for it.
Okay.
Which is great. Like, having that support from him.
Oo, di ba?
Kasi nasabi ko nga sa kanya na, ang hirap, I'm scared. Like, should I do it? Should I not do it? And he's like, kaya mo yan. Go do it. Yeah.
Really? Okay. How do people take to you? Colleagues, co-workers, especially after learning who you are, or they realize na the connection between you and the former president. I mean, are you comfortable with that? Let me start with how do people take to you when they realize na?
I guess like at first, hindi sila naniniwala. Like a lot of people don't, because like, for example, my name, ang last name ko, Jalasco. So they're like, paano ka related? Bakit hindi Ramos yung apelido? And I go, well, yung nanay ko yung anak niya. So syempre, hindi Ramos yung last name ko. So parang sila, okay. And then they look at me, parang hindi, ewan ko, I guess, when they say like, presidente, dapat may entourage ka, sobrang daming bodyguard, kotse, I guess like, be flashy, whatever.
Yeah.
And they look at me, I don't really have much. So I guess yun, medyo, they don't believe. They're eventually, di naman ako nagloloko. So, I am related to him. So.
Yeah. Okay. And how do you take to it? Are you comfortable with that? I mean, how has being, the having to carry the FVR legacy with you as apo?
Before I wasn't, kasi ang hirap, I don't, like when I meet people, I don't just go, my name's Jelly, and by the way, he's my grandfather.
No, you
so
don't introduce yourself that way,
no.
di ba?
I just let, kung malaman nila on their own. And pag nalaman nila, they come to me and say like, why didn't you tell us? I'm like, well, how was I supposed to introduce myself, nakakatawa.
You didn't ask.
But yun, I work for the government office bago ako umalis for
Oh,
this
you were in
thing.
government? Okay.
Yeah, I work for the IP office here.
Oh, okay. So kinuloy mo lang din sa States?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yun, syempre yung big thing na lolo ko si Lolo, and then I'm working for the government.
Oh, okay. Okay. Talaga, how did people react to you when they discovered that Ramos ka pala?
Well, because I started as in mababang, as a contractual employee, as an assistant. So, nung nalaman nila, like who my grandfather was, they're like, bakit? Ano ka lang? Like, mababa.
No. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah, you have to start somewhere, and like I applied on my own. It wasn't as if,
Yeah.
he put me in the office.
Exactly.
And then yun nga, may mga doubts na ako ba talaga siya, mga ganon. And then I remember that one time, so he came to the IP office because he used to go, I think, yung parang every anniversary na. So syempre nakita kami. And then in-acknowledge siya ako. So parang sila, okay, totoo.
Oh my, she really is. Okay. You worked in government. I mean, didn't it occur to you? I asked about all the apos actually. To think of, to consider a career in politics, for example. Was that something? Okay, I saw the smirk. Anyway.
I don't think I can do it. Because parang niisip ko lang, like with the campaigns and stuff, where like people voted for you. Kasi like, di ba dito, parang, if I voted for you, kung ano hingin ko sa'yo, bigay mo sa akin.
Because for the simple reason that I voted.
Yeah, which, I don't think I could operate that way. Kung binoto mo ko, I'm there because, you think I'm gonna do good for you, like, for the people. So parang mahirap na to be, I don't know how to deal with being indebted to people.
Okay.
Parang ako compromise ako. So,
Okay.
no thank you.
But did you know that of all the apos, there's one actually who...
Considering.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. I mean, it takes, I guess, like a different. Yeah. It takes a different perspective or
Yeah.
disposition to do it.
Oh, oh.
I just don't think I have that. So.
Kapal lang. Rare, no?
Yeah.
Tibay ng dibdib.
Maybe I can work for government again. I don't know. But definitely,
But that's still public service.
Yeah.
It still is, di ba?
Wag lang elected.
That's different. Yeah. So, was being an FVR apo, did it give you a leg up, or was it more of a would weigh you down? No, but you came in blind. Eh? You didn't tell people who you were.
Yeah.
Was it a conscious effort?
Which one?
No,
No.
not to let people know that, you know.
Yeah, because I feel like if you, kunyari sa job, kung hire mo ko kasi you think I'm, you know, right person or competent, not because of somebody.
Right.
So I don't, at least like sa job ko, I didn't think it was a leg up. I mean, if it was, dapat mataas na.
Would have been higher na.
Yeah.
Oo nga naman. So, okay, so general question, is it easier to be an FBR apo or not?
Parang, medyo neutral. Kasi nga then, like I mentioned earlier, he doesn't really do like favors for the family or whatever, you know. So, ewan ko, parang...
Yeah, actually I remember he was pretty particular about that.
Yeah.
And I think he met the family shortly after he was elected. He said, no favors.
Yeah.
Wow. Over the years, you've obviously heard of what he's done. You've seen it yourself and what he stood for. What do you tell people about your Lolo Eddie? I mean, what is it that he saw and experienced as a grandchild that you would have wanted people to see and maybe experience too?
I guess I talk about him like being Lolo, like personal level versus how people see it, like in public. But like that's something other people already know, you know, like I don't have to tell them. So people think na he's like super strict, serious, like no emotions, like military, like all work.
That's the public persona, no?
But no, he's not. He's not just that. He's like more.
He's actually very soft inside.
Yeah.
And a very soft side for, actually, for the boss. No, really, I mean, you guys twiddle him in your fingers.
I get, like one good thing that I'm thankful for, like joining him to trips. Because you see that side that you don't really see like normally. That he's caring, he's loving, he's funny.
Yeah.
He's somebody na you can, you can relate to like a friend. Despite na parang siguro isipin mo like he's old-fashioned. Pero hindi.
But how did, let me get to something about from those trips. I mean, on one hand, you'd see him conduct himself officially on, right? So that's the, diba? That's the very public face of FDR. Stiff. Did you find that funny? I mean, on one hand, you're with him on his trips, very official side, and then, walking with just him and his RAMOS.
Yeah.
Suddenly, he's Lolo Eddie.
Kunyari, yung mga practical tips, diba? I mentioned earlier na medyo downside with him if you go with him sa trips. Ang aga ng wake up call, tapos he end up late. So ano ko sa kanya, like how do you do that? Parang hindi ka pa like napapagod or tip niya sa akin is you take naps when you can.
Oh yeah.
So habang nasa kotse, gano'n. And then one thing he mentioned, like I don't know if you've seen any of it, but syempre, kunyari, may event, buong araw nasa meeting or conference, ganyan. Sometimes you see him like parang falling asleep.
Okay.
So that's one of the things na parang pa-joke niya mention na tingnan mo, nagnanap ako habang may nagsispeech. But like, as a joke, but I guess yun. Ano pa ba?
Power naps. And did you? Do you
Yeah.
practice power naps?
Yeah.
Picked it up from him? Oh.
Like especially in the habang while traveling sa car.
Yeah, exactly.
Which really helps. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And nakakatawa siya. He could be, you know, like serious, stiff, yun nga. But he could also be parang petty.
Yeah, it kind of switches real fast. Ano?
Yeah. So, one of our trips somewhere in Asia, merong isang person, I think she worked for the consulate or the embassy, so she was with us like the whole time. Pero she's like kind of, I guess like, nakakainis, annoying, na makulit.
Pinay ito, Pinay.
Oo, na based abroad.
Okay.
So, okay, fine. And then I guess her friend comes. And then nagpa-picture sila kay Lolo. Pero yung picture, I guess the guy was parang nakaakbay kay Lolo.
Okay.
And then we stayed there for a couple of days. So I guess like they had time to have the picture developed para pa-sign kay Lolo. So, binigay sa kanya. I remember that we were in the room, he got the picture, he was gonna sign it. Pero he was saying something about, I guess, protocol.
Exactly.
That if somebody's higher than you, parang you can't
You don't.
put, like I didn't know that. And I didn't think it kind of mattered. But it was just the person being super, super annoying, you know. So he said, I'm gonna sign the picture. Pero before he signed it, ginupit niya yung
Really?
picture para, I can't remember kung natanggal yung guy or something. But basically para wala yung akbay. So at first I'm like, nakakatawa. But, you know, he was laughing while he was doing it. It's so petty, but like he didn't care. And he signed the picture, so.
But yeah, tama, protocol.
Yeah.
That's right. You've, well, at a very young age, you witnessed his presidency, and over the years, his legacy of leadership. What do you want people to remember of him as president, as a public servant?
As public servant, I know he's done like a lot of great things for the country. I don't know how to answer that question. It's like everything about him, like public, it's already public. It's like, you know, people know that, people can see that, so they could judge for themselves. Well, one thing, I guess like I'm always gonna be grateful to him is like the good name that he's given us with like everything he's done.
Well, that's great. And yeah, finally, is there a special Lolo Eddie moment you have that you might want to share with us?
I get, I'm trying to think, ano bang okay. I guess like one of yung memorable trips ko with him when we went to Taiwan. So they have yearly like event for him with the Taiwanese group for golf.
He's a superstar there.
Yeah, they love him, and that's such a great group. Also, they're very supportive of it. So yun, every year they go to Taiwan for golf tournament, usually around March. Tapos itong trip, I can't remember if it was the last one that he went to. Pero yung trip na to, sobra siyang nag-attack yung gout niya.
Okay.
Kasi really, really, really bad.
Okay.
Case ng gout. Pero ang dami niyang meetings nakaset. I think even with the vice president. So kahit na he was in so much pain, and struggling to walk, like nag-attend pa rin siya ng meeting. And then yung actual golf game, he couldn't play, obviously, but he appeared, you know, just to say hi to people. And then after nun, nagtambay na lang kami. There was like a room, he was just like lying on the couch, nagpapahinga, while everybody was playing. And then we met up with them after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, he was in so much pain, hindi siya makalakad. But he fought through it.
Deeper.
Para, you know, like people are counting on him.
Yeah.
They want to meet with him.
Yeah.
And I remember even telling him na, you know, kung ako siguro yun, like, if I had the fever, I would just be in bed. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even try. But siya, like, he fought through it. Matibay.
And I guess it was not just for him, it was also for everyone else who was there.
Especially yun nga, yung mga dignitaries na he had to meet in Taiwan. Set aside the time for him. So,
yeah. And that also speaks about the man.
yeah. Because he could have easily, you know, he was in so much pain, he could have easily said, you know, I really can't meet, like, do it. But he nagpakita siya.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I guess it also related sa one of the things he told me, like, about time, you know. One of the most important thing that you could give somebody is your time. So I guess it medyo like related to it na doesn't matter. You have to show up, you know.
To this day, he's doing that.
Yeah.
Is it something that you'd want him to slow down? I mean, to this day, I mean, he entertains people. He remains a voice in a lot of the policies, programs, and initiatives started during his term.
Yeah.
Have various iterations and have progressed us through the past 3 decades.
I guess before, naalala ko nagreklamo ako kay Lola. Because when natapos na yung term ni Lolo, parang busy pa rin siya. So I'm like, why doesn't he spend, like, you know, Lilo spend more time with the family? And explain sa akin ni Lola na that's how he is. And yun din yung na-realize ko na, you know, like, kung paano siya sa amin, do whatever you want. Same thing with him, you know, if it makes him happy, then that's fine until kahit ngayon. He's still doing stuff, but makes him happy, so okay lang.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll end the interview there. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.